So, welcome back to another episode of Mists of Barrovia, where we pick up our party after a rather chance encounter with one certain Strahd Bonzarovich. And we seem to be a party member down in that Irina is on the back of Strahd's horse Nightmare and is currently flying off to Castle Ravenloft. Now then, we have some party changes other than that as well, which have happened. So you guys kind of look at Nightmare flying off into the distance, and you suddenly become painfully aware that you don't see Ravenheart anywhere.
Take her too.
Bird.
What you do see, however, is you see your tiefling friend walking up from the path you just came along. So your character, Venom, has had quite an interesting little side adventure, whilst not with the rest of the party. You were, for the remainder of the previous two sessions, getting drunk in the Blood on the Vine Tavern, and you discovered that your party had left to head towards Vallaki. So you got some rough directions and you ended up walking past an empty gallows at a crossroads. You did not see the body that everybody else saw, and as you approached the you would have approached the Vistani encampment, which your party also encountered. You would not have met Madame Eva at that point, but you did spend a few more hours there getting severely more drunk. And then they kind of eventually pointed, yeah, the guys went that way. And you stumble off and you come across the party in its current state.
Most definitely swaying.
Yes. The Vistani would have made sure as well that you would have had a full wineskin, a water skin full of wine, essentially.
Those guys.
So yeah, what
Didn't
is
think you could get away with even like me.
Is Mark still out cold?
Yes,
I don't think we bothered to revive him.
He is stable. He is still breathing.
I think I used
but he's unconscious.
medicine check to stabilize. I stabilized it because I have a D4 to my medicine and herbalism kit checks.
I believe so, yeah.
But Alcon.
So yeah, you were able to stabilize him, but he is still unconscious at this point.
Because I couldn't get help. That's what happens when you have 6 fingers.
So what does everyone want to do?
So we lose one and we gain another one.
So do we need to...
I don't understand this place.
Is he gone with the horse?
I'm not sure. That's what I wondered.
Do we have to worry about the fact that he was pulling his feathers last week? Like, he was doing weird... No, not the end of last week. That's too meta. Like, a few minutes ago. Wasn't he, like, pulling his feathers out or something?
Yes. He was.
I mean, I don't know much about druids, but he did seem like he very much wanted to kill Strahd.
Well, like we all do, don't we?
I mean, if it comes to that, yeah. I don't fancy our chances though, considering that we nearly all became a barbecue about 5 seconds ago. You missed, and at this point she's pointing at Venom. You missed a throwdown.
Who dare you? First you leave without me, and then you get in a fight without me? Oh.
More to the point, that missed flipping Strahd.
wouldn't call it
Wasn't my
a
fault this
fight.
time.
He sent a fireball this way, and I'll fire.
Yeah,
So-
it wasn't really a fight so much as a violent slaughter by him on us. Clearly, we're
Slaughter implies
out of
we
our
died,
league.
and that did not happen.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Came close, though. Good lord.
Yeah. Can't remember exactly, but I'm sure some other people went unconscious as well.
Some did, yes, and I can find out exactly who, because I
How
have
is
a-
Just
Ismark?
double check. Is Luke gone as well?
Luke
I'm assuming
is,
Luke
I
disappeared
believe-
with Ravenheart.
Oh, Luke disappeared with Ravenheart, yes. They are both in the same location. So, Ismark and Irina
Just
were
double
both
checking
unconscious
what we've
last
got,
you
what we haven't
saw. Ravenheart's health is irrelevant since he's not here. That will be discovered later. So, Apricot, I have you down at 14 health. Gilroy, I have you down at 14 health. And Malika is down as 9 health.
Yep.
Yes. How is Ismark at this point?
Ismark is unconscious.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So he is
I-
breathing, he is
If I
stable,
remember rightly, I think at the end of last week we decided that we weren't going to wake him up until we were far enough away from Castle Ravenloft that he wasn't going to go running after
Yeah, right.
Irina
Yes.
again.
Yes, thank you. I am not going to do
It's not
anything.
idea.
You guys
That's
will
absolutely true.
notice as well that you have this Taraka reading, which obviously I've managed to get typed up for this. So that explains everything that you found out with regards to what Madame Eva told you, essentially. So you should all see.
Oh,
Does this
right,
mean
yeah.
Venom can't see the map either?
Venom can't see them up either. No.
Fantastic.
So
Glad it's
Venom,
not
you.
me.
When they examine this map to find the path to Vallaki or anything like that, you can only see them examining a blank bit of paper.
And Apricot is not examining it
If
at
I'm
all.
not mistaken, since I left, you've put it off, got in a fight, nearly died, and clearly gone very insane. You clearly need me.
Yeah,
I figured it out. I'm the most important
Bro.
member of this group. When I leave, things go to shite.
If
Someone's been
that's
told.
if it comforts you to believe that, Venom, then by all means, please continue.
Well, I mean, he's
I
not
know,
completely wrong.
Just because those two things aren't incorrect doesn't mean they're mutually exclusive. If that,
No, I
you
suppose
know,
that's
they
true.
fit.
So
I know what I'm trying to say. I'm
quotation.
just saying it in a very.
I know what you mean.
At least
Plus, it's an
somebody
interesting
does.
point. Should we continue on to Vallaki at least? I mean, probably standing out here in the middle of a field is not the safest idea.
Yeah, no, Vallaki's a good shout.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Don't forget, we've got to keep an eye out for the
We're
woman
gonna,
with the
you know,
basement.
Sorry for the
The woman with the
Oh, we-
basement.
woman with the basement. Oh
In
yes,
Vallaki.
yes, right, yes.
The one that's in good with Strahd, yeah?
Yeah, what's her name? Walk the house.
That's the one. Aye.
I have it written down.
Gilroy, are you going to carry the idiot? Because you look
Well,
like
one
a
of us have
strong
to.
person.
No one carries me.
Not you.
I'm talking about the
Is
unconscious
not-
idiot.
Right.
It's not the drunk idiot.
Hey.
It's Mark.
You answered to it. If you answered to it, that means it's fair game.
I'm
Exactly,
not
you
very
answered to it.
strong, so who's the strongest of our party? Physically strongest, I mean.
I have 10 strength.
I also have 10
Ah.
strength.
Well, that's more than me at
9.
9. So one of you
Oh, wow.
two will carry his body. Congratulations!
Just the weasel having the highest strength.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the library all over again.
Do we have like a horse that we can put him on, or
I don't believe so. No, you didn't ask for any
I
horses
don't
from the
think we
Vistani.
did we?
So-
Ah, darn.
You did notice the
Well,
Vistani
looks like
have
we're
draft
carrying
horses, but you didn't ask for any.
Shut up.
Bold of you to assume I noticed this.
Well, we have to carry him. We can't just leave him. I mean, we
If you can't
should
put up a
just leave
finger
him here.
and has a thought, that requires me to look into this book and check how artificer things work.
Ah, okay.
Mm.
Can you tinker up a thing, can you?
Very
Dang.
possibly, but I don't know. I need to find a blank page. I'm still not used to where things are in Tasha's book yet. Doesn't specify how big. Medium.
So we have a Ravenheart in chat.
Oh,
It says there, whisked away to a land of misery. Nearly turned me into Barovian fried chicken. And Ravenheart on his way to slap Strahd for injuring his dog. Oh, hello.
Are they in Twitch chat?
Yes.
I don't see that.
I pressed the wrong button. I apologize.
Oh, I was wondering what happened. Hang on, something changed.
I pressed, yeah, sorry, that's my fault.
Okay, never mind.
There we go.
I was just looking if I could.
Sorry.
That's alright.
So I was looking at.
I
can create another Steel Defender in where I am, and then just let the original one die and just have a Mark II. But it says I have to do it at the end of a long rest, which we don't have time to have a long rest for me to make another Steel Defender to carry as Mark.
I mean, you could take a long rest out here in the middle of the open at the foot of Castle Ravenloft.
That is a
if
bad
you so
idea.
choose.
You don't like camping? Come on. It'll be fine.
What's the worst that can happen?
There are two reasons why this is a bad plan. One, I know it's a bad plan, and two, because Fraser thinks it's a good plan.
Yeah, the fact that Fraser said, "Oh, you can't take a long rest," that's sus, my dude. That is what the kids like to refer to as sus.
Wrong game, my dear.
You're right.
Always sus. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a good plan.
I'll carry
So,
him if
I
nobody
could've-
else wants to.
No, you know what? Well, while this debate is going on, Mal just like walks up to him and hefts him over his shoulder.
Cool.
Like a fireman's
Fair
lift.
enough.
Okie dokie. So we have Ismark on a fireman's lift over Mal. And everyone else, are we heading in the direction of Vallaki or another direction? I suppose the only two options are Vallaki or Castle Ravenloft at this point.
I like that.
I think we're going to go to Vallaki.
Think we are.
Cool. So you travel 1 mile, mile and a half, 2 miles, about 2.5 miles, and you get to essentially a turn off on the road. And you can kind of see in the distance this ominous looking windmill. And this windmill does not look like it bodes well at all. You can just barely make out the kind of sails, the windmill sails itself. I don't know, I can't remember what you call them now. But they're like really, really old and decrepit. And you can kind of see like sky through them, as if there's holes in the actual fabric of them.
Does this look familiar Well, no, it doesn't, because we didn't do that.
Yeah, we didn't do that bit, so this will
Fixer
not look
upper,
familiar
I
at all
think.
to you guys.
Yeah, I just realised why it was familiar last time, so then I tried to shut up.
It's going to be Castle Ravenheart after I'm done with its current order.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it.
Oh
Yes.
I like that. Ravenheart.
I'm just imagining like you know, you do Gilligan cut to where Ravenheart is, and he's like slicing up people, like you know in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where one of the knights goes to that castle and literally murders everyone inside, and there's a wedding on. That's what I'm picturing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's got huge
I think that one's one.
tracts of
But I
land.
could be wrong. I haven't seen it.
That's the one.
Yeah, so it will be an interesting session once Ravenheart returns, and yeah, we have a mixed session with the split party essentially, and we'll see how Ravenheart fares.
Comes back a changed
Ravenheart
bird.
comes back with like covered in blood and like 3 levels higher, and we're like,
Strahd's dead. No time to explain.
We've got to get out of here like now.
Yeah.
like goes up, cocks a gun, castle's haunted, walks off.
It's just going to be one of them full-on like movie endings where he's just walking away from Castle Ravenloft and it just blows up in the background.
Ravenheart puts on his chains as he walks off.
Yep, totally.
Well, something good has to happen in 2021.
This is true. So yeah, so you stood at this essentially a fork in the road again, with this decrepit windmill off to the left there, and the path continuing on to the right, which you know from you two will know from the map, that it kind of curves around the forest you can see there in the distance, to lead past a lake and then off to Vallaki itself.
This can't be Vallaki. It looks too decrepit.
Oh, it certainly is a fixer-upper, that's for sure.
Yeah, ominous windmill. I mean, everything in here is ominous, but
You would
this
know as
seems a
well,
bit
so
too ominous.
everything that's marked on the map that I've got text written out here is marked on your map as well. So you would know that it is referred to as Old Bone Grinder.
Okay.
And it is handwritten. So
yeah.
all of these ones that I've got written on, they are handwritten on your map. They are not part of the actual map itself.
Great.
So you suspect it might not be its original name?
Mal kind of like squints at the map, and she's like, "Huh, yeah. don't enjoy anything that's got a name like Old Bone Grinder. Think we'll be passing this one by, lads. If it's all the same to you."
Well, I'm sorry, it's
Maybe we'll
called
come back
what now?
later.
Old Bone
Are you
Grinder.
calling? Who are you
Right.
calling lads? There are females here.
I use lads as a gender neutral term. I'm not sure Mal would know what that means, but she does use lads as a term to encompass everyone.
Oh, I know that. But
Lads,
Apricot does.
Lads.
Yeah, I'm thinking we skip the horrifying, guaranteed to be haunted windmill.
All in favour,
Sounds
say
like a
aye.
consent.
Cool. So we're just heading straight past there and heading further along the road. Awesome.
I mean, is there anything that there's nothing that draws our interest, or it's just an old?
From what you can
broken
see, it
down
literally just looks like a really old windmill that hasn't been in operation for quite some time.
Yeah, no. See ya.
Make a perception check just to see if there's anything. Literally to see if there's anything either that looks interesting or either that it's gonna run out and kill us. I guess when we turn our backs.
Natural one. I have.
That is a 17.
Cool. Okay. So with the 17, you think you catch a puff of smoke coming from the windmill. Not a big, massive like plume of smoke that's on fire or anything, but just a small kind of wisp of smoke, as if there's a fire lit in a stove within the windmill itself, or a little campfire nearby, maybe.
Yeah,
Should
no,
I wake him up and-
she's not going to mention that.
Okay.
She is going to take note of that, and she's going to think, if I say something, this will be the one time in her life that Apricot decides she wants to go and interfere. So I'm not going to say anything.
Cool. Okay. So continuing straight past them.
Yeah, I
Yep.
guess.
So it's another 3 miles down the road. So it's been about just under 2 hours now since you actually had your encounter with Strahd, and you see this big, massive lake.
I'm just saying, has Mal been carrying Ismark for 2 hours?
For 2 hours, yep. And so you see this big, massive lake off to the right, and this lake itself spans from where you can see about a mile across. And it's at this point that Ismark starts to stir, as if he's kind of waking up.
When she sort of starts to feel him stir, Mal's kind of like, "Oh heck," and she's like, let's stop for a bit. I think Sleeping Beauty here is about to grace us with his presence." And she just kind of like gently drops him down by the side of the road to regain.
Okay.
Gently to regain consciousness.
So you kind of set him on his.
Explain to him.
Hmm?
Not it. I said, who wants to explain to him that his daughter got taken by Strahd? Not it.
Sister, but yeah.
Well, whatever. Same thing.
So, yeah,
I
you.
don't even know what happened. I'll take one out.
Female fanboy now.
So you kind of set him on his feet and you steady him a little bit, and he kind of comes around and he holds his head a bit and he says, "What happened? Where are we? Where is my sister?"
Do you want those questions answered in order?
Where is my sister?
Points back down the road. To which direction Castle Ravenloft is.
He kind of looks in that direction as if you're kind of like pointing just to someone standing there, and he's like, "There's nobody there. Where is she?"
So
Okay,
to tackle them questions.
This guy, he kind of points in the up direction at the same. And
So again, he just kind of looks up and really confused now. And is "You're not making any sense, young lady."
Mal just kind of like makes a sort of like that'll do pig gesture towards Apricot, and she's like, so to tackle your questions in order, we're getting close-ish to Vallaki, I think. Strahd turned us into a barbecue and almost killed you twice, so we figured better get you away from him before he tries for a hat trick. And Strahd's got your sister, and we're gonna try and regroup to get her back.
Strahd has Irina?
Yeah,
This is not good.
no.
Nope.
We
No, it's
must
not.
go rescue her.
Yeah, we're working on
I
that.
don't think we should.
Preferably in a way that involves us not being burned to a crisp, because then we die and Strahd's still got your sister, which is not ideal for anyone in this situation.
So what is your plan? Involuntary
So-
nap.
Well, we never really have so much of a plan.
21, you are.
No,
Things
we
just
do.
kind of
We do have a plan.
happen.
There's the Taraka reading, yeah.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah.
From Maddie Meaver.
A Taraka reading?
It's pretty much a roadmap for how to defeat Strahd, yeah.
True. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
No worries.
So what you're saying is it's all in the heart of the cards.
I'm afraid I don't follow. What happened?
woman at the Vallaki cab told us some stuff that made no sense, and traded stuff for a map, I guess.
So, she
we
did
have
us
a
like a
map?
reading, like a card reading, and it was like clues for like ways to get rid of Strahd.
I see. And
So-
what are these clues and
well, you're one of them. So if you
me?
could make sure that you don't throw yourself into danger, trying to be heroic and that would be choice. But apparently
Yes.
apparently in Vallaki there's like a sword or something. There's like some kind of thing she's keeping in her basement, which might help us.
A sword in Vallaki? I would imagine there are a number of swords in Vallaki.
It's a special sword in Wachter House in Vallaki. A sword of sunlight, which is very interesting to me. I've never heard of such a thing, but
The Wachter house, did you mention?
yes, that's what Eva mentioned to us.
The Wachter family are known allies of Strahd.
Yeah,
Well,
she
yes,
said that.
it's not going to be easy to get it, but it is where the sword is, unfortunately. Seems like it's a
Just
necessary.
roll good on stealth and we'll be fine.
I'm sorry, roll good on stealth? I do not understand. You make no sense, young girl. Shut up.
Her feelings of higher intelligence.
She's been affected by a fight with
Fine.
Just
I
take
think
my
the idea that
sledgehammer to that
Apricot is
fourth
constantly
wall.
just leaning on the fourth wall. How broke it again?
What for? At this point, there is no fourth wall. It's gone.
I just like that Apricot is becoming more and more deranged with each passing session. It's like being in Barrovia is like fully having an effect.
Pretty much.
Apricot pool.
So what is our plan? Where do we go from here?
But we're heading to Vallaki.
Am I just turning Apricot into Deadpool? Just as an out of character question. Does it sound like I'm turning Apricot into Deadpool?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
You should.
Not a bad analogy.
I mean, I'll take it.
Terrible ideas.
It would be fun having an actual Deadpool character running in D&D. That would be interesting.
Cool. Yeah.
An idea for my next character, maybe,
Moving on.
when I get to play again. Anyways, so yeah, he's just going to head off to continue heading towards Vallaki at this point.
Yeah.
What time is it now?
So it's only been about just under 2 hours. You probably spent about 5-10 minutes explaining to Ismark as to how you let Strahd take Arena away. So it's
I feel like "let" is a very strong word.
so it's going to be about early afternoon at this point. Ismark has sustained minor case of brain damage. A minor case of major brain damage. Yep, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look and see how far it is away to Vallaki from you. Not too far away at this point. Yeah, so just about half hour's walk away, half hour, 45 minutes or so, and you get to the outskirts of Vallaki. There it is.
Oh, cool.
Different map?
Different map. That. Something I'm pretty sure shouldn't be there. Yeah. So you reach the Vallaki itself. And you approach, so you kind of come out of the trees and you just see these massive walls on the approach here, and there's a gate which is actually closed at the moment. On the way there, there it is. Oh, good lord, this bloody thing. There we go. So it just kind of meanders around into this valley, just watched over by this dark, brooding mountain to the north. The woods, as I say, just revealing this sullen mountain berg surrounded by this wooden palisade, and the thick fog just presses up against the wall as if it's looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them, and planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are a half-dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them.
Ugh.
You
That's,
too kind.
Maybe we shouldn't have come here. Lord.
I mean, it could be a good sign, yeah? I mean, wolves' heads on pikes probably means they're not in good with the werewolves.
That's a good point.
It's a
Thought about it.
distraction. It's a deterrent.
Okay.
It's scary.
Maybe I do like this place. I don't know what I like.
And then we'll
So,
walk over to one of the impaled wolves' heads and just kind of open them out and go, woo!
That's disgusting.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, hey.
I've missed you, Nat.
Wasn't me.
Mal just kind of watches this happen, and it's just like
Yeah, as you do.
she can't decide if she's more disgusted or amused. She's kind of like between the two.
Apricot is totally like
One black
very,
fingernails now
suddenly
coated
very,
in blood. Like,
high class all over again. Disgusting. I'm finding it hilarious personally, but
So now we've ruined their deterrent. How do we get in?
that one.
Should we just knock?
point to Ismark. Like, what's your plan now?
Yeah. You were the one who wanted us to go to Vallaki in the first place.
Exactly.
Oh, well, I suppose we just ask the guards, perhaps?
Are there any guards?
Yeah, you did notice two guards, kind of shadowy figures, behind the gates, on the inside of the area.
Okay.
All right.
Morning.
You know these guards? Are they likely to be like you're like a known enemy of Strahd, yeah?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say a known enemy of Strahd, but certainly I am no friend of Strahd.
Yeah. What I'm getting at is, are these guards? Are they going to be like, are they being bought off? Like, are you all right to walk up there using your actual name, or are we going to have to be sneaky like this?
I very much doubt they would know my name.
Right, we're giving you a new name. Venom. New name for Ismark. Go. I think I lost you now because I didn't actually hear what you said.
Yes. You're cutting in and out really bad.
I don't know. Ermintrude.
Ermintrude?
I
Bit of a mouthful.
Ermintrude? That sounds like a lady's name.
Ooh,
Oh, and
What about Mal?
Yep, we lost Amy. Oh, there we go.
All right,
Wrote down by Strahd.
this Discord just here, like, no, that's not a good name, and just to prove it, we're gonna click one of your players.
no, not that.
Oh, hey.
What about
Why?
Stephen?
You name him after my Uncle Esbern.
Sorry, what Dave? What?
My Uncle Esbern.
I don't understand. What is wrong with my name?
Oh, you sweet summer child. So we're gonna go and, do a bit of a job on this family who aren't in good who are, very much like this with Strahd, yeah?
Yes.
Known enemy of Strahd, brother of the lady he's just kidnapped to be his wife. Reckon it's probably not a good idea for you to be walking around using your name. So, secret identity, yeah?
Apricot leans into Ismark at this point and just said, "That's the same voice she used to try and explain about what happened while I was alone in your house, and I still don't get it."
The devil already has my sister. I don't quite understand. You would not want anything with me. And these werewolves' heads surely show that this town is against Strahd as a whole.
Right, that's settled. We're calling him Colin.
Cool. Okay.
Should have used Todd.
Would you be useful in combat in any way, Colin?
It's been a long time since I learned to use a sword. I think I can still stick somebody with the pointy end, I suppose, if needs be.
Maybe not such a bad idea to bring him along then.
You do notice as well that he does have a short sword at his waist.
Apricot gets bored of this conversation and walks up to the gate, kind of knocks on it.
So as you approach, you don't even get a chance to knock on it when these long halberds are poked through the gate and pointed at your throat. And you hear a rather harsh call come from the other side of the gate. Is, "Halt! Who goes there?"
My name's Apricot.
"What business have you got in Vallaki?"
Me and my friends came here from the other village.
Barrovia.
Should have stayed there.
Village of
I mean,
sorry.
What's the village of Barrovia got to do
we
with
didn't
us?
stay there.
I didn't come from there, you stupid
we don't
lady.
Want to be here. Sorry?
I didn't come from there.
No, we did.
Then why didn't you stay
We
there?
want to be here
Why?
because we didn't want to stay there.
Passing through, hoping to find an inn for the night.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion? I'm alright at persuasion, I think. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I'm not very good at persuasion. Oh, well, this will be interesting. Oh, that's 15.
Cool. Okay. So you see the other guard who wasn't speaking to you comes up closer to the gates, so you can see their face almost touching the actual gates themselves, and they look directly at you. "Not with that devil, are you?"
Oh, no, not with the devil.
No, there's just the four of us and Colin.
But we're very much anti-devil, might say.
Any trouble from any of you, you'll suffer the same fates as those wolves. And then they kind of withdraw their halberds, and you hear the gate unlocking as they swing the gates open. These are well-oiled gates, these ones, so there's not a sound from them as they open.
Nice.
And they allow you entry.
Success.
That wasn't too difficult.
Cool.
Mal leans in close to Gilroy and she sort of whispers, "Did you notice we've been upgraded to friends?"
I noticed that one. I was so tempted to mention it, but I didn't want to ruin the roleplay a bit.
Next thing you know, she'll be saving our lives.
Now, wouldn't that be a thing? So yeah, you are essentially now in the walled town of Vallaki, and the only sound you hear from the gates behind you is the lock snicking back into place, and the guards don't even pay you any further attention. They just stand there with the halberds facing out over.
Cool.
You do notice as well that this town is dramatically different from the village of Barrovia. For starters, it's obviously a lot bigger, as you can tell just from the map itself. But you notice that on pretty much every section of wall and things like that, there are flyers posted up there, and you can see. I'm just trying to find one of the flyers, yeah, because they are quite funny as well.
Roll up. Honorable in town for one night only.
Where the hell is it? That's where it is. Back end of the chapter. Not too far.
While you're looking
There
for
it
that,
is.
Apricot goes up to one of the guards and says, "So, about this inn we were looking for, can you direct us in the right direction?"
One of the guards, the first one that spoke to you, just kind of swings an arm in the general direction of the centre of town. Yeah, so these little poster things, yeah, and you can see that they are currently being replaced as well. So there are people going around and they're kind of covering up the old ones with this new one. But you can see that one of the ones that are being covered up. So you can see one of the ones that are currently being covered up just proclaims, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendants and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. The Baron." And then the new ones that's being covered up over it. "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the Festival of the Blazing Sun. Attendants and children required. Rain or shine, all will be well." And it's saying off again, "The Baron."
The Baron.
And you
Who's the
can
Baron?
see as well that there are various other posters just kind of poking out from underneath there. So the ones for a variety of other festivals, but they're all worded pretty much word for word exactly the same way, apart from the name of the festival itself.
Oh,
So
nice.
attendant children required for.
Yep.
That's not ominous at all.
Why children?
Oh, that's creepy.
I feel like it would be a bit weird if just adults went to, like, you know, performance like that.
Even the one about the wolf heads on the pikes. That seems a bit bloodthirsty.
Gotta teach him young.
Oh, that sounds like a fun
I guess.
Suppose.
You lived in like an ivory tower for like the first however many years of your life. How many bloodthirsty pike festivals were you going to?
Hmm.
I live in completely different situation. I was part of the Gruul clans. we would be having a whole different conversation.
I'll take your word for it.
So,
Alright.
can I go on up to one of the guards and ask who is the Baron on this flyer? I don't know if you've noticed. I mean, obviously you've seen it, your guards here, but what is this festival?
The Baron is the lord of this land. This town is our burgomaster.
I'm sorry, the Lord of this land.
This town, no, not the land, but this is the lord of this town.
Why are children needed for the festival?
Well, it is a festival, of course.
Well, yes, but it's not required, are they? I mean, attendance is mandatory, is it?
Yes,
Why would it be mandatory?
it
But if
is the
somebody
Baron's
doesn't want to go,
wishes.
or they're
We are
sick.
here to serve the Baron.
Oh. Well, what if a child is sick and can't make it? Or has a date?
Date? On the day of the festival?
I don't know. I don't live here.
Exactly. Don't question it. This is our way.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, fine. Where would we find the Baron?
Venom kind of
Sorry, but
leans onto like Gilroy's shoulder and just goes, "I think they're for sacrifices." And
They sacrifice children?
I'm sure they don't.
Lord, I hope not. It's terrible. Where would we find this Baron?
Find the Baron? You don't find the Baron. If you want to find the Baron, you have to go through his son.
Oh, well, of course. Again, not from the village. Who's his son, if you don't mind me asking?
Totally unprepared.
His name, how old is he? What color is his hair? Is he cute?
It's, all the details.
Is he singing
In
anymore?
this episode, the gang gets Gilroy a date.
All of it music.
The hell?
We finally found the part where Fraser is not prepared. Oh, he took it.
Yeah. Yes, I made him work. I'll probably pay for that later on, I'm sure.
Victor.
Ah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes,
Dog.
Victor. He hasn't been seen for some time, though.
Oh. Did he leave, or was he?
Locked himself in the mansion's attic.
Sorry,
I'm
where?
sorry, he did what?
He locked himself in the mansion's attic.
Why would he do that?
Go ask him.
Very well, I will.
There's the mansion, and how easy is it to get into the attic?
Yes. Yeah, that's good.
Cool. So what are you guys going to do from here?
Think that find an inn first, I guess, because I mean we're all still pretty low on HP, apart from Venom, who skipped the planks.
Yeah.
You're probably. Oh no, you're not carrying his mark anymore, are you?
You mean Colin?
or Colin? Yes, sorry, Colin. I mean, yes, Colin.
Oh my god, just wheel around.
Who's Ismark? Who's Ismark?
See, this has another advantage to it, which is now I'm not going to be calling him Bismarck every other moment.
Yeah.
To suggest the name Bismarck to be his alternate name to Ismark. But it would just. I
No,
forgot.
Cool. So are you just heading in the kind of direction of the centre of town where you were waved to, or?
Yeah, I guess.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, cool. So you get to this part here, And just to the south, so off to the left, you notice a very large stockyard. And it's got several locked sheds along its periphery and lies adjacent to a rather roomy warehouse by the looks of it. And you can see a wooden sign above the front gate just reading Arasek Stockyard. And parked at the south end of the stockyard, there's a sturdy carnival wagon, and its colourful paint is just peeling off. Faded lettering on its sides spell out the words Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. And you can notice just this big heavy padlock securing the back door.
So you said Rictavio's what now?
Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders.
Sounds interesting.
Well, that's not an inn. Shall we keep going?
Well, it's not an inn, but it certainly is something that's interesting. So, I guess I guess.
Are we going to interfere in other people's business again?
Oh, very well. No sense of adventure, I tell you.
Cool.
There's a difference between adventure and bothering people.
Let me just do one thing really quickly. Can I see anyone in this sort of open area?
No.
You have a really loud whistle.
Hang on.
Does anything happen?
You do see someone poke their head out of the warehouse.
It appears to be home. If you'd like to have a conversation, be my guest.
Oh. Well, what does everybody else want to do? I don't want to be the one making decisions.
I think we need a nap.
Oh, I mean, I'm alright. Wasting
I
daylight
could
if you
use a
had to
nap
bed
as
now.
well. No.
I mean, I can't remember my health is because I did it on Roll20, but we're not on that page anymore. So, I think you said we needed naps. Can't remember.
Naps. I'm on 9 HP. I need a nap.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what. Fraser,
What?
do you know what HP I'm on? Because, like I say, I put it on the other map. I didn't realize we were moving map. When we move maps, I don't have my token anymore.
14.
14.
Oh, yeah, we should probably sleep. Or at least eat.
Mal's been carrying Colin on her shoulders for like the better part of 2 hours. She needs a nap.
To the inn! We'll just remember this for later.
It's marked on our maps now. We can always fast travel.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Adam does like the.
I played 70 hours of Skyrim in 2 weeks. It kind of waited.
Oh,
To the
hey.
inn!
Cool. So you continue walking and you don't see anything that resembles an inn until you get near this point over here, where you notice some grey smoke issuing from the chimney of just this large 2-story wooden building. It's got a stone foundation with a sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. And a painted wooden sign hangs above the main entrance depicting a blue waterfall. And you can actually see the open doors leading into what appears to be a tap room.
Okay. Is there like a sign on the building at all? Or?
The only sign is this one which shows a blue waterfall.
Is it broken?
It is not. No, it is well maintained, this one.
Is there like faded lettering or
Nope.
no? Well, what does this look like, everyone? Sorry, but
Is this the place, or do we keep going?
There's a place.
I mean, we could always pop our heads in. If it looks like an inn, we go in. If it doesn't, we find the actual inn.
are there any like windows on the first level there?
Yeah. Yeah, the door's open. It looks like a tap room inside, and you've got the windows there as well.
Maybe there's someone we can ask?
I mean, if it's tap room, it seems pretty inn-like.
Mm-hmm.
Me who can ask. Walk inside.
After you then. Kind of nudges Malika forwards.
You go
Mal goes in, I guess.
Yeah.
12 fingers trying to push you in that direction.
So as you enter, you do see this tap room itself, and there are several tables there with a bar with a portly man stood behind it. And he's sitting there with a load of glasses in front of him, but he's not cleaning these ones. He's actually wiping down the bar at this time.
Are the glasses already clean?
They look to be, yeah.
Mal walks up to the bar and grunts.
Hello.
Oh my god! Sorry, the last barman we met in this place didn't actually speak properly.
Oh.
Sorry. We are absolutely shattered, and we're wondering if you've got a room available or rooms plural.
Well, I do have a couple of rooms I have available upstairs.
How much?
It's one electrum per person, per bed for the night.
A what?
One electrum.
Oh, Electrum. Okay.
Right. We
It's rather
aren't
expensive.
from. We aren't from round here. Mal sort of takes out her coin purse and she kind of like shows the currency she's got inside. I mean, is there any way we can exchange what we've got, or?
You would have, you've got gold, coppers, and silver, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
so you've got
electrums
that.
is the same currency. It's just not a very commonly used one. So one electrum is worth, I believe, 5 silver, if I remember rightly.
Okay.
Apricot kind of flicks him a gold and just kind of says, how much will that get us?
2 rooms, 2 beds. Not 2 rooms, 2 beds.
For how long?
1 night.
1 night or? Oh, I don't know.
How much do I get a separate room from these idiots?
I thought we were friends.
I suppose I could give you a separate room, yes,
And
if you so desire.
Yes, please.
Brilliant.
Yes.
I'll hand him a gold as well and see. Is there any way we could all have separate rooms? I'm rather shy. You know.
Let me just check the map and see how many rooms there actually are.
Again, much like the last time that separate rooms were mentioned, Mal's just standing here and you can see the algebra kind of like flying around her face and she's sort of like trying to wrap her head around this sort of concept of you guys are worrying about
actually,
getting separate rooms?
Speaking of which, there we go. We actually have a map here.
And
That
very
one.
zoomed into the roof of this end.
That one. There we go. Oh, and that one as well. Cool. Oh, and even the zoom in still works as well. Awesome. Yeah. So there are.
Oh wow, cool.
Oh, we got 3 rooms.
My
Didn't
We
realize
got
there was
2 double rooms and a quad.
And a quad. How much is the quad? Is it the same as everything else?
It's 5 electrum per bed per night.
Oh, yeah, quite a bit.
You want 1 bed? That's one.
I'm gonna take
electrum.
a double.
Yes, I suppose
I
we should take the other double. Go ahead. Sorry.
And is that thing... Do I need to give you any more than that?
No.
For the double?
You're only using one bed.
Which way?
Staircase
Siri
outside.
directs me
To get you
towards it.
upstairs. Yeah. So
What
yeah,
way,
there's
Siri?
essentially this. Where is it? This staircase here leads you to upstairs, to the quarters that you have been assigned, anyways.
Yeah, to here, I assume.
Yeah. So the two double beds there are guest quarters, and then the
Okay.
4 beds there are also guest quarters. I would have dynamic lighting on, but I haven't paid my subscription to Roll20, which will not get
That's
updated
okay.
until the 23rd, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll just have to make do.
What do you?
After paying, she leaves. And I can't move my token onto the different map.
Yeah, the I think the lines for the dynamic lighting are still working, which means you're not actually able to move through them, which is rather strange. And I can't access the dynamic lighting layer to change that. So yeah.
No.
Oh no, you can move there. Yeah, now you've moved through what would
No,
be.
I can't get through this door though. I can't go into the room.
Yep, you're there.
The door's shut.
It's funny how dynamic lighting works. And yeah, it screws up a map if you stop your subscription. You've got the lines there. Anyways, yeah. Apricot goes up to her own room.
Yeah, and she's also going to move one of the what looks like a dresser in front of the door so that no one can follow her because she wants the room to herself because she doesn't want to share. She wants to
Okay.
make sure that no one else can get in.
Apricot is walking off. Mal kind of rolls her eyes and she's like, right, I guess the rest of us are taking the quad then.
I was going to suggest that as well, if that's okay with you guys.
Doesn't bother
I'm
me.
alright with that as well.
All right, we'll take the 4 bedroom, the 4 bed room.
3 Electrum then for the 3 of you.
That's funny how that works.
Mal hands over her money, I guess.
Yeah, I'm no good at finance, so I'll just hand over however much he needs.
Cool. It's essentially 1 gold, 5 silver is what he's expecting to receive.
Well, you got a whole
That's what I'm saying. Is Colin not staying with us as well?
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His marker's there.
So it'd be 2 gold altogether, right?
So it'll be 2 gold. Yeah. Because
Okay,
his
so-
marker's there.
Oh, that's fine.
So-
Gilroy will pay. I don't mind.
Isn't it being rude? Because Colin needs a bed, so she's decided that she'll take a different room.
Uh-huh.
Being rude. Don't try and dress this up, Hannah. She's being rude.
Gilroy will
actually, we
hand
have,
over 2 gold and so here you are. Two gold. I believe you said covers it. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that'll cover you the night.
Very well. Just backstairs, you said.
Yeah, you just go outside, turn left, got the stairs there, that'll go straight at the end of the corridor. Can't miss it.
Right. Ta.
Lovely.
Yeah, I
After
guess. Head upstairs.
moving, because nobody's got the ability to move their own tokens.
I
Yeah.
was going to say I can't. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
We've entered true the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. So, like, we're downstairs at the bar and an NPC asks us if we've heard of the High Elves.
Right.
So yeah, you are at your rooms for the night, and they've been paid for the night as well. So I'm assuming you are all just going to go down and get some sleep for the night tonight. That's
Well, there is one thing that might happen in the middle of the night. If you remember, Fraser.
I do
Should
remember.
we lock our
Yes.
door, or?
I mean, Mal was definitely going to lock the door and also put some ball bearings in front of the window and the door.
Cool. Okie dokie. So yeah, there are some ball bearings covering the landing. Just here.
Oh, she's also put some down in front of the windows inside the room as well. So.
Okay. Yeah.
We need the alarm spell.
Well, she's not fancy like you guys. She doesn't have magic, so she's got to make
True.
do.
Gilroy's going to say a little prayer to Celeborn, and then he'll go to bed for the night.
Cool. Well, as the hours kind of tick away, well, just before you actually get down and go to sleep, as the hours ticking away, the day turns to night and it gets darker, and Apricot notices that she is unaffected by the dark. You're not able to tell that it's actually getting any darker.
I kind of, I'm lying waiting for it to get a bit dark. And I look out the window, and it's not any darker. And I'm just like, very confused. So I kind of reopen the door. I go out, and
you
I don't know which.
notice as well. So this is essentially a balcony, and you can see into the tap room below. You notice there is nobody there. No barkeep, no candles are lit or anything like that. But you can see perfectly fine everything.
She's kind of freaked out a little.
Suddenly developed dark vision.
Vidalkins don't have dark vision.
Yeah.
That's why.
How can I see?
So she's not sure what's going on. So she goes out, and I'm assuming she would notice the ball bearings if she left the room.
If you decide to look at the floor, you may notice
Well,
the
she's
ball
looking
bearings.
at everything. She's hyper aware of everything at the moment. Because she can see things she shouldn't. Well, she thinks she shouldn't be able to see. Or just.
Oh.
So I kind of. She kind of steps carefully around them and kind of knocks on. I assume.
You've got no idea which door's theirs.
It's a good point. I'm gonna roll a dice to see what she knocks on.
Oh, God.
Odds, evens. Evens! She knocks on the wrong door. So she's knocking on this door here.
Yep.
And I can't move the token any further, so.
Yeah, this is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. She is very carefully in the middle of these ball bearings. She hasn't moved them, she's just kind of stepping around them all. But does she get an answer from this room?
Nope.
I shall try knocking on the other door.
So you
See if she gets
guys
an answer
make a
from-
perception check. See if you hear anything. I don't know what it is, Mark.
I rolled a 13.
That's an 18.
So the 18 you will hear it. Yeah. So you hear this rapping on the door. It awakens
Is this
you.
like after we've gone to sleep, or?
Yes, yous will be asleep by now.
Okay. Mal starts awake and is just like immediately like she's just there like Who the fuck's knocking on the door? Why? The ball bearings are right there. Who is knocking on the door?
Did she say any of this?
No, that's just what's going. I just want you to know that's what's going through her head.
Gilroy's fast asleep, snoring.
Yep.
Do you do anything?
Mal gets out of bed and picks up her bow and arrow just in case, and then she makes her way over to the door and doesn't open it. Just sort of like stands there ready to attack in case something comes through, and then she's like, "It's the middle of the night. What the heck do you want?"
Nat, just make a perception roll for me, please.
That's low. That's a 10.
Cool. You're fast asleep. You don't notice any of this happening.
Can you open the door? Like, I need to... Something weird's going on.
I mean, weirder than everything else that's happened.
Yeah.
Yes?
Mal opens the door a crack and peers out. She's got serious bad head. What?
I can see things.
God.
Again, Malika, who has 60 feet of dark vision, algebra flying around her face.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you have
That is how eyes work.
Usually, when it's dark, you know.
You don't have dark vision, huh?
No. I mean,
I don't know. I've never met the blue. Whatever it is you are. Sorry, we don't have them on Eberron. I don't know what you are.
Vidalcan.
Cool, Vidalcan. Yeah, don't know anything about you guys. We because you're like not from where I am from.
We have very similar eyes to humans.
Things.
Main difference between human and Vidalcan is 6 fingers.
And you're blue.
And we're blue. And we're usually cleverer and live a bit longer. But we don't see in the dark. And now I can see in the dark. And it's kind of freaking me out.
Yeah, Huh.
I mean, she is getting
you sure you didn't get bit by nothing, yeah?
She is getting progressively louder as she's talking to Malika, so that I don't know how that will affect perception on everybody else. But, what? I mean...
I don't know, like a vampire, a werewolf, some other creature of the night that might cause you to turn into one of them and see in the dark? I don't know.
The only time I've not been anywhere near you was when I had my conversation with Strahd, and he didn't touch me.
Or so you think.
I have a pretty good memory. I would notice if he tried to bite me.
Just at this point,
just gonna point out when he walked Irina, yeah, all up ready to fight Strahd like this. 5 seconds later, ooh, Strahd, ooh.
So at this point, the rest of you would have woken up as well to this conversation going on in the doorway.
Well, what a conversation to wake up to.
I thought we were sleeping.
Can't sleep when it's dark. I can't.
Apricot's spontaneously developed dark vision.
Sure, why not? It's Barrovia.
Gilroy turns over and goes back to sleep.
Oh,
I mean,
hey.
out of character, that was pretty much my reasoning for this. But there is a feat that can give me it. That's why which I took at 4th level.
Mhm.
So that's why. That's the out of character reason. But the in character reason is funny.
Yeah, so
He doesn't understand
mechanically
why.
it's a feat from Tasha's. Storyline, it's just a
Oh.
Barovia thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I'm not breaking the rules or anything. And I had to
No,
check.
no.
I checked this, but I thought I want to do this more flavorfully than
That's funny.
explained.
I mean, to be fair, like I was like fully that is a lot more benign than what I was thinking it was going to be.
Yes, but the characters don't know that.
No, the characters do not know that.
But I figured it would probably. I should probably tell you that the out of character reason at some point.
You could have gone on letting me believe this for a while longer. That would have been fun. Anyway, so I mean,
Barovia.
we could.
Exactly.
I mean, what do you want us to do about it? I mean, I don't have magic. Gilroy is a deaf person, not a. Well, actually, that's a good point. Gilroy, you've got that thing you can do where you can sense undead, yeah? Is Apricot undead?
I certainly hope not.
So do I.
Have we taken our long rest yet?
You wouldn't have finished your long rest yet, no.
Okay, then I will cast Undead on Apricot to see if she's undead or not.
Yeah, she's not.
Okay. No, she's good.
I mean, good is a subjective term.
Well,
I'm
she's not
still figuring
undead.
out yet.
Well, I mean, this is good though, right? It means that Strahd has not bit you enough to make you a vampire.
Ah, I see where you're going. Okay, good point.
But he somehow gave me dark vision?
I don't know.
It is-
I mean, the man rode in on a literal flaming horse.
I have heard of magic users giving other people dark vision before. I believe it's a spell that somebody can give to somebody else. I don't have that skill myself, but I know that it is something that you can do to someone else. Perhaps somebody
Huh.
gave it to you.
No, that I know of. Definitely not.
I can't imagine who.
I mean, maybe Ravenheart. He's a druid, yeah.
Oh, that's a possibility.
It's honestly too late for me to be thinking about this. I mean, you're welcome to kip in here if it'll make you feel better, but I'm going back to bed, and then I'm gonna wake up and eat a really large breakfast, and then I'm gonna think about stealing that weird sword thing.
But what part of I can't sleep if it's not dark? How am I supposed to sleep when it's not dark?
Put a blindfold on.
Tie a blindfold over your eyes. I don't know.
Some people
I
do
have
that. Wear masks. And...
You're forgetting. You're speaking to. Do all three of us have dark vision?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Party that didn't.
Yeah. So now says you are speaking to three people who all have dark vision. Yeah. Just pointing that one out. This isn't new for us. Screw your eyes up really tight. Put a pillow over your face. Tie a bit of cloth around your eyes. I don't know.
It's not uncommon to have a blindfold for sleep. Some people do that. They can't sleep, so they cover their eyes. It's not a totally unheard of
And I'm just
practice.
kind of crack her knuckles. I could put you out if you really
Good
need
lord.
it.
Not a bad
That
plan.
is
That.
a good point.
Apricot takes a step back
Just
from
stand
Venom.
up before your bed, and I'll crack you across the face. Like a light.
Is Mark doing anything in this conversation? Out
Is
of
Mark sound
curiosity?
asleep?
Good old
But it's
Colin.
dead.
Sorry, Colin.
I kind of want to draw on his face or something like that. Give him a little mustache.
No.
Monocle.
Yeah.
Those like.
I'm the Monopoly man.
Draw teeth out, fangs coming down from the Swiss mouth. Bismarck, you turned into a vampire overnight.
Oh, what a terrible idea.
No, this is,
Oh, man.
I love it.
You would get killed so quickly.
Oh no, this is our friend Bismarck, the not vampire.
Right. Oh.
What? Thanks! Not real.
At this point, Gilroy's just gonna turn over and fall asleep. Oh god.
I mean, if that's everything, I'm seriously, I'm going back to bed. Like I say, you're welcome to kip in here if that makes you feel better. But be ashamed to waste the room that you spent all that gold on, yeah?
There's only one. But
To you.
said if
Hey,
you
you're gonna make me yawn.
real yawn. Making me yawn.
I'm giving you 5 seconds, Apricot, and then I'm going back to my bed. 4, 3, 2. Good night. And Mal closes the door.
Cool.
Apricot just kind of stares at the door for a few seconds. Yep, definitely a mistake. Even lying to the guards. And then she just goes back to her room and kind of puts as many things over her face as possible so she can get some sleep.
Cool.
Apricot expected from them. It's like Mal's just there, like, I don't have magic. What do you want me to do?
So yeah, Apricot notices. I mean, even when she starts piling things up onto her face, you can see perfectly fine still in the underneath the duvet and all the rest of it. It's 6 shades of grey, but you can still see every detail there.
Hey, how many
I mean, I
shades of
assume it's okay. When she actually closes her eyes, she
Yeah.
can still fall asleep.
Yeah.
But so
We're okay to take a long rest. Oh, somebody dropped.
Discord being Discord.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, we can take a long rest then? Or?
Yeah, you will successfully be able to have a long rest and restore hit points and any spell slots and so on and so forth.
boom. Apricot is still not happy in the next morning. This is very new to her.
Yep. So what's everyone's morning routine then?
Mal gathers
Prayers
her
and
full bearings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prayers and breakfast.
Can I just retcon something very slightly that I forgot to mention? When Apricot went to knock on the door, she wouldn't have had her wig on. She would have already taken that off to go to sleep and then freaked out. And then. So.
Be too busy freaking out to put it back on again.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I feel like if it had been any other reason that Apricot had come out of bed like without her wig on, like Mal probably wouldn't noticed it, but Mal was tired and Apricot was freaking out about getting dark vision. So
Yeah. Whether you guys noticed it or not is up to you, but she wasn't.
I mean, she probably noticed it, and like in the morning, she'll kind of be like, "Huh." At the time, like in the middle of the night, it was a case of, I'm so tired. Why is this happening? Apricot might be a vampire. Oh, she's not a vampire. Okay, I'm going back to bed.
We roll a perception check. Wow, actually, that's really good. Yeah, I can totally remember that you weren't wearing your wig. 18 plus 5, 23. So there's something very different about you. I'll lean over to Mal at this point, and I'm gonna say, did she dye her hair in the middle of the night? And then quickly change it back?
Mal just kind of gives him this look.
It's not the same hair.
I don't know how to explain this to you. I mean, I grew up in a slum, and apparently I have more idea of how wigs work than you do.
Right, wig. Gotcha. I don't know. I didn't realize she wore a wig.
Mal just goes back to gathering up her ball bearings at this point.
Oh.
That's the thing she didn't mention that was different about Vallaki and humans is Vallaki old.
Well. All right, well. I thought that would have been a bigger surprise. I guess not. Sorry. Breakfast?
I'm so ready for breakfast.
Cool. So is everyone going downstairs to the tap room again?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I shall just move you guys there.
Are you knocking on April's door? April?
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
April? Apricot's door, or are you expecting her to follow? Or
April O'Neil.
I'm saying,
Actually, I was going to do just that. On her way past, she'll just knock at Apricot's door.
yeah.
Do you mind if I come in for just a second?
You're not gonna punch me, are you?
I promise I'm not going to punch you.
Okay. So she rearranges the room so it's back to the way it was, and then she opens the door. She is, she does have the wig on now. She looks normal.
Dressed.
Sorry? Didn't hear. Did you hear?
She's dressed.
Oh yeah. She looks like she's
Listen.
ready to go. She just hasn't left the room yet.
Will sort of stand in the doorway and just kind of lean against one side. Last night, did your eyes just get better? How do you think it happened?
I really don't know. It's so weird. As a race, we just don't see in the dark like other races do. And then last night, everything was so clear and crisp. Like, there was a massive light on everything. And even when I was underneath the covers, it was still clear. Creepy.
Imagine it is. Friend of mine. That spell Dora was talking about. Come on, all his life, never seen the dark. That spell cast on him, almost had a mental breakdown.
I didn't hear a word of that.
Ah! Good. Be nice.
Feel free to try again.
My throat's killing me. I'm like trying to be quiet because my throat hurts.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Friend of mine, never able to see in the dark. The dark vision spell cast on him, and almost went insane on the spot because everything was so.
That's pretty much how I feel.
Things are weird, and I think you just have to figure out how to live with that. Now,
I wonder if it's just, this place? Like the mists and stuff.
everything's covered in fog. Maybe there's something about it that you want to be able to see in the dark. You can make your way around under cover of night.
Well, maybe it'll help with us, defeating Strahd. I won't actually need lights if we go under at nighttime and stuff. advantages to it. It just, when you're not expecting it, completely insane.
As far as I know, with dark vision, all the colors get very muted. Tonight, you should be able to figure out when it gets dark.
Yeah. Should we go down, get something to eat, and head on?
Great. That's a really good idea. I am starving.
Thanks. Venom.
So Gilroy and Mal, whilst Venom and Apricot are upstairs, so you guys head down ahead of them into the tap room. And you notice at the end of the bar there is this significantly sized pot, and there's a really delicious smell coming from it.
Mm.
And there's
Breakfast.
a stack of bowls and a big basket of like cut loaf cut bread.
So I'll walk up to the bartender and ask if that's kind of... Is this included in our room, the meals?
Yes, help yourself.
Oh, thank goodness. And Gilroy will go over and get a big bowl and pieces of bread.
Cool.
Mal kind of nods appreciatively at this because wow, bed and breakfast.
You do notice a sign as well, a little crudely handwritten sign, like a chalkboard style sign next to it, which lists that you can also get, should you choose, a cooked wolf steak, which is, I think it was 5 silver. Where's that gone? I literally just had it right in front of me. Yeah. Oh, sorry. 5 silver for a cooked wolf steak.
Something to remember for sure. I'm okay with stew for now.
Yeah, so it's essentially a hot beet soup, is what's in the pot, which you probably recognise. It's a fairly common dish, not the most extravagant, but certainly delicious nonetheless.
Tasty. I think it's the first nice thing we've had since we've arrived in Barrovia.
Why did you have to say that? Something awful's gonna happen now.
That's when Apricot comes down the stairs.
Yep, that would be when Apricot wanders in through the door of the tap room. Yep.
I got there before you. I just preempted you, Fraser.
So yeah, you two wander into the tap room. You see them two sitting at whichever table you just come on to be sat at. They're sitting down with a bowl of this soup in front of them with a couple of slices of bread.
The soup is included in our room.
To get some myself.
It's delicious.
Very kind of.
Where's Venom?
Venom would have followed up, well, presumably just behind.
Okay, I was asking. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So
grab some food. Sit down.
What's the plan today then?
Isn't that up to Cullen? Or are we,
I think he's just along for the ride.
No, Colin would. Ismark. Ismark, Colin. Yeah. He would have come down with the first group. And he would have grabbed some soup as well. Ooh. Yes, he would have grabbed some soup as well and would be sat at the same table with you guys. And he would kind of look and says, I'm quite happy staying in this town of Vallaki here. It seems
Isn't that what the card said? That you were going to help us?
So the card said that it was going to help in the fight against Strahd. It didn't say that he was going to join you all the way along the journey. So yeah, if you mention the Taraka reading to him, yes, when you are ready to go into face Strahd, I will certainly join you and try and rescue my sister. I believe you said you had various things to do first, though.
Yeah, I'd like to see if we can case the joint a bit on a old lady Sword of Sunlight's house.
Yep.
So you're just gonna
Make a plan.
hang around here until make us do all the work?
I'm not much of an adventurer myself.
Well, you have a sword.
A sword that I haven't had to use in years.
Probably used it more than me.
It's like riding a bicycle. You never really forget.
I've
I mean, it's up to
never
you, of
ridden a
course.
bicycle.
Oh, they're fun. You'd enjoy it. A lot of exercise.
Haven't had much fun either. There's not
I
much of
noticed
that to
that's
be
one.
had round here.
That is something that Barovia is missing a lot of. Fun. We have to bring that back.
We need Jack Frost.
Find more cheer in a graveyard.
Yes.
I'm sure Gilroy could.
We probably could, yes.
Let's go wake the dead, literally.
Yeah, they're actually quite scary if you know what you're looking for.
It's a really great breakfast. Beet soup. I suggest it. Anyways.
So
So we should come up with a plan before going to this walk to house or whatever it is.
I think isn't Malika just gonna do her thing?
I mean, I'll ask around, find out where she lives, maybe see what the lay of the land is, and then I'll report back, because it might be a multiple person job, yeah?
It seems like it would be.
You need a plan for this sort of thing. You can't just jimmy open the window, climb in, and hope for the best.
As soon as Max
Maybe
says
that's a good
plan,
plan, actually.
Venom like puts on the table and just goes, "You talk shop. Time for me to do this." And she slides out of her seat and pulls the loot from her back, and then hops up onto. He's sitting on the bar and just begins playing, completely ignoring you.
Ah, that's quite nice.
Yeah, Mal kind of nods. Yep, that works.
Maybe it is a plan to distract her while somebody, like you said, climbs in a window. Maybe that would work.
I mean, yeah, but I want to get a look at the house first. Maybe find
of
out a
course.
bit about her routine. You know, when she
course.
leaves, if she's got any servants, how many servants she has. Does she have any skeletons in the closet that we can use against her?
Oh,
There's-
undead closet is not a good thing.
There's steps to this sort of thing.
You never
We
want
also need to
undead
find
in
out
the
if skeletons are alive or dead, because that's also important.
closet. I completely agree. I think this is all things that we absolutely should do.
Skeletons in the closet are one thing, but that depending on their what's the word? I don't know what the word is. But if they're alive or dead.
As long as there's no vampires in the closet, I think that's the important thing. Sorry, what were you saying, Philip?
I was just saying something, and then I was like, "Wait, I'm not there. I'm busy playing."
Oh, right.
Input means nothing. I'm at the other end of the bar.
Right. So I mean,
If
so
anything, it's beneficial that you didn't hear me.
You gonna do this on your
I mean, how good are you guys at gathering information? Because I feel like we could all probably gather information on what she's like and, what her deal is. I mean, if she's wealthy, there'll be loads of people who are either not happy with her or are looking to get one up on her. We can use that sort of thing.
I'm not so good at getting information as I am at hearing information. I'm very perceptive. I'm just not very persuasive.
But you're a man of the cloth, yeah? People trust that sort of thing.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Maybe we should start with the barkeep.
Well, that's a good idea.
Barkeep's a good shout. Especially since this one actually speaks common.
True.
Exactly.
Not grunt.
Who wants to go up there? Who's more persuasive?
Gilroy will just continue eating his soup.
I assume persuasion is the skill we want, so...
I mean, Mal's not great at persuasion. Like, charisma is not one of her higher skills.
You can go intimidation.
I don't have a +3 to persuasion.
You can always go
Somehow,
intimidation.
I've given it... I do have expertise in... Not expertise, I am proficient in persuasion, so I have a +3.
Yeah, I have a +1 to persuasion, plus another one from my lucky stone. So that's...
I've just got a +1.
Yeah. Got +1 from, obviously, 12 charisma, and then proficiency is +2 until next level.
Accurate, yeah. Gilroy's not very persuasive at all.
I made Apricot persuasive, apparently.
Maybe
Sure how
you
well-
go up then. That sounds like if you're the most persuasive of us. Is that a good idea?
Is what a good idea?
Sending Apricot to talk to the bartender?
I mean, better the
Uh,
bartender
I'll do
than
anything.
the guards.
Well, that's true. Just don't mention Strahd. That's all.
Yeah, remember that they think he's the devil. Don't mention the devil.
Please.
Right. So she finishes her soup, and she goes up to the barkeep and she's like, "This is nice stuff. Do you make it?"
My wife made it.
Is she around, or...?
Well, she's out the back, of course.
I'll have to thank her later.
I'm sure she'd be
I
delighted
was
to hear.
wondering if you could tell us a bit more about Vallaki, the people, any good places to visit, places to avoid, people, that kind of thing. We don't want to get in trouble, while we're passing through.
Well, there's not much here, really. It's. I suppose there's the festival, which is coming up, of course. Festivals every week, but. Yes, the festival, of course. All will be well with it, I'm sure.
Hearing that, being to worry that all will not be well.
Yeah.
Out of character, who am I meant to be asking about? I can't remember who I'm actually asked.
What's the name of the lady? Hang on, it's
Oh, yeah, what's her name?
it's the lady who lives in
What's
Walker
the
House.
Walker House?
Yeah.
Did we get a name for her?
I don't
No.
I
think
think
I
we
got a
did,
name.
but I didn't write it down.
So you got the Wachter family,
East.
the Wachter house. They
Yeah, no, I don't think we actually
very
got a name.
inventively named their house the Wachter house.
Hmm.
How do you spell that?
WACHTerhaus.
Wacherhaus.
I just spelled it WAKTA.
Yeah.
Wakta.
Walked the
Oh,
house.
it's spelled like not 2 words. Okay,
Hmm.
cool. So, where playing a slightly charismatic character is bad for me because I can't. I'm not very charismatic, as you probably know. You played with me long enough. I don't know how to actually ask in a tactful yet persuasive manner. I'm trying to words fail.
Okay.
Personally, not apricot. This is a me
I
problem.
mean, there's different forms of charisma. There's there's Tilly's form of charisma where she is actively trying to be charismatic, and then there's John's form of charisma where personality-wise, he should not be as charismatic as he is, but he has that quality to him that makes everyone want to just look after him. So
His uselessness.
that's a bit harsh, Hannah.
Hey, I'm the DM of that campaign. I can be rude.
You can be rude. It's true.
It's not that he's useless, it's just that he's not as useful.
If you bring up the Wachter house and make any kind of mention of wanting to find it, you would notice that this guy's countenance dramatically changes. It's like he instantly becomes suspicious of you. And he's got a really stern look on his face. And what would you be wanting with the Wachter house? And just make a perception check as well, whilst you're sitting there. Yeah.
Mal trying to mouth to avoid it from the opposite side of the room.
Ooh, that's actually really good. Perception is +2, so that's 22.
Cool. So there's going to be another check. So if you just want to roll insight as well, because you notice his eyes flicker away from you to a table behind you.
Insight is +1, so that's a 16 on insight.
Awesome. So yeah, so you notice his eyes flicker away from you to a table behind you, and you get the feeling that he does not want to be overheard mentioning the Wachter house.
So she says a bit louder, why don't we go out the back and talk to your wife about the stew? Kind of gives a wink in the hopes that he gets the point.
He looks very, very suspiciously at you.
Can I try and persuade him? Or is this...
I'm on the wrong map at the moment because I'm looking at other things for ahead of time. Come on. Oh, come on, change the map for me. Anyway, I can't move you because the map Roll20 is being a pain in the arse, which I hope is fixed for next week. Oh, there you go. But yeah, so he will lead you to a back room. Yeah, no, Roll20 is just being a bitch. That can set off. He leads you up to a back room, and you notice in this room, it seems to be like a storage room. So there are various kegs stacked up around the edges of this room here, and you notice a couple of ravens are actually stood there, are actually perched on top of the kegs. And there's about 4 ravens there when he leads you out, and he makes an almost imperceptible nod seemingly to the ravens, and as he turns around, the 4 ravens take flight, land behind you, and transform into a human form. And now you are surrounded by 5 people, and the bar guy, bartender, barkeep, he turns around and says, "So, in league with the devil, are we?"
No,
and that's where we leave it for tonight. So yeah.
Always fun in Barrovia.
Oh yes, always fun in Barrovia, especially when trying to find someone who has never once hidden their allegiances to Strahd.
Yeah.
What we should have led with was we want to go and throw eggs at her house.
Now you
You need to
don't.
tell us where it is so that we can avoid it.
Oh hey. So yeah, we have discovered some were-ravens, and yeah, we'll find out what happens with that next week. Is it next week? Yes, it is next week, because the week after is Boxing Day,
Next
which
week.
we will not be gathering for that day.
Yeah, not gathering on books.
So yeah, to our viewers at home, we'll be back next week. As I say, there will not be a session on Boxing Day. The week after, I think, is New Year's Day, isn't it, if I remember rightly? Or is New Year's Day the Friday? I mean, New Year's Day might be the Friday. Yeah, that's the Friday. So
Yeah, because New Year's Day is a week after Christmas Day.
yeah, so we'll have the 19th next week, and the 26th Boxing Day will not be here, but we'll be back then after that on the 2nd. So yeah, do feel free to come and join along and give us a watch, and also my YouTube channel as well. I put all of the episodes up on there every Monday. They go live at 7 PM GMT. So feel free to give them a watch, subscribe to the channel and like the video, and follow my channel on Twitch here as well to be notified when I go live. Until then, we are going to send some love across to Agent B. Smith. Bye bye!